Look at this smug mother fucker. Nunu and Willemp are some of the smuggest looking sons of bitches rocking around Summoner's Rift. Look at his dance, for Christ's sake. That alone is the dance of a man who just fucked your girlfriend while you sat in the corner crying, and he ain't even phased. And this boy is about 1.5 feet tall. I mean, for Christ's sake, he did a step ladder to even... You know what, actually, I think we're done with that topic. I'm pretty sure there's already rule 34 for that one. He was one of the first characters that I actually mained in League of Legends back when I started playing. This was after I played on NA, but before I, for some reason, created an account that I never ended up using called Cockmaster92. What hooked me on him initially was his simplicity, and what seemed to be his uncanny ability to completely fucking tilt people off the face of the earth with the sheer fact that he was so simple, but somehow still one of the most frustrating characters to deal with. You see, that's why I hate is probably gonna be pretty simple in nature. For you see, if you have ever actually played this sweaty little bitch before, you probably already know that this guy basically only really has one spell that he can actually use to damage you that isn't on a 2-minute cooldown. Nunu is quite literally the equivalent of that arse bag of a friend that you have that when you played Street Fighter together, they learned how to Hadouken, and then that is absolutely the only attack that they would ever use on you constantly, and you're unable to even fucking get close to them because of it. Nunu will hit you with the same attack 9 times in a row and then spam dance during the downtime, because that is what people that play this champion are hard-coded to do. Now, there is a Disco Nunu inside all of us, really, let's be honest. But honestly, unless you've played Nunu or played against Nunu, there's really no way to properly describe the levels of fucking frustration you're about to experience or inflict on another person. The simplest comparison I can make is diving headfirst down a set of stairs and expecting anything other than to get a serious head injury. You're basically fucked from the outset. That's not to say that Nunu is by any stretch OP, but he's just built to piss you off. He's built to make you build items to defend against them, or he's built to make you flash when you really don't want to, even though you know you shouldn't have to with shit like that, but you do it anyway, because if you don't, you're destined to be one-shot. Slap a Rise into the mix, and you end up doing some ridiculous shit like this. Dude, hit it in the base.
Yeah, go, go, go.
Yeah! He's the kind of champion that makes you regret using your flash to engage the second you start to see his ulti charge, and when that happens, the alarm bells start ringing in your ears to evacuate the premises, but you're far too slowed and you have no stuns left, and your flash is now on cooldown, so all you can really do is pray to whatever god you hold dear that you have somehow happened upon enough MR to shield you from the almighty shitstorm that is going to engulf your entire life in a split second. Now, even failing that, if you even happen to do poorly on Nunu, it's not even really the worst thing in the world. You have a spell that not only basically acts as a second smite, making him hilariously good in the jungle, or generally just taking objectives, but it also gives you ridiculous sustain, and even more so, on top of that, you have a spell that not only grants anyone on your team a massive movement and attack speed buff, but it will also apply to yourself anytime you use it on anyone else. Hell, you can apply it to yourself and it will automatically apply to any nearby allies that happen to be nearby you, and you can even apply it to minions as well if you really want to take that tower that tiny little bit faster. It is a pretty zero effort spell. I mean, this combined with the fact that he could always slow attack speed with his E really horribly, it was the reason that he used to be played so heavily as a support. You dropped a Blood Boil on a Kog'Maw, you slowed the enemy, and suddenly it was watching a fucking Gatling gun going toe-to-toe with a medieval trebuchet that took 4 days and 9 men to reload. All the while, Nunu's just sitting behind his AD carry with this fucking look on his face. Nunu is not a champion you see tremendously often these days, which largely makes him even more difficult to deal with. We all know what a Tryndamere can do. You've seen him in plenty of games, you kinda know roughly what kind of damage he can deal, and you kinda know his limits. But nobody really quite suspects just how much damage a Nunu can do. You dive on top of them, and you start beating the shit out of them. You absolutely smash the fuck out of them with everything you have, and then they start channeling their ulti. And instead of bailing, you start trying to just smoke through the pain and keep plugging away, only for that Nunu to do easily 90% of your health in a single attack. But, you know, you can thank that 250% AP ratio for that one. If you didn't manage to interrupt it, yeah. If you can't interrupt the Nunu ulti immediately, it pushes up to 250%. That's great. You can just sit in a bush for a while and wait for people to come past you too. If you're so lazy, even despite the fact you're playing Nunu, that you can't even be arsed to go out and get some free kills yourself. Nunu can just sit in bushes, and since all you'll really notice about this ulti is the fact that you're slowed when it's channeling, there's every chance that you could walk face first into that giant wall of dildos, taking enough of a pounding that it would put even a one-for-all Garen bush camping comp to shame. This was originally going to be a champion spotlight, just like my other Why I Hate videos, but to be honest, there is quite literally such little to talk about when it comes to Nunu and his spells in general, that I toss it completely out of the fucking window, and I just let you know how fucking annoying this champion really is. On the other side of the spectrum though, despite his complete lack of mechanics, you could be half asleep and on 4000 ping, and you'd probably still do pretty alright in lane depending on who you're up against. At the very least, you could annoy the ever-loving shit out of your lane opponent, because really, there has never been a single lane in history, in the entire duration of League of Legends and its lifespan, that has had a Nunu in it, where someone hasn't thought that they really fucking hate Nunu, or that he is really annoying as shit, and that's really all you need. And if I'm ever in that mood where I don't really care about winning all that much, but I just really want to untilt and play a fun game by placing the enemy on tilt, Nunu is the champion I pick. Now that I have eternally cursed his champion, I'd really appreciate it if you could go forth, and the next time that you feel a little bit tilted about League of Legends, I want you to lock in full AP Nunu top, and I want you to curse the enemy top laner with tilt that only a game of Nunu could possibly save them from. Spread the tilt like the worst chainmail that has ever existed. A 40-minute, excruciatingly annoying chainmail that you can't close out of unless you want to get banned. I promise, without a shadow of a doubt, that you will not be tilted after that game, even if you end up losing that game, because I promise it, because it is so satisfying to untilt by tilting others. Feel free to tweet at me, by the way, if you do this, if you actually end up playing Nunu top and doing well, and let me know how that goes, and if you get put against the Nunu that tries to do this as well, because there's only one thing that I revel in above all else on this planet, and it's the misery of others. Good luck, guys, and have fun on the Rift. Hey guys, thank you very much for watching yet another Why I Hate. This one was not so much champion spotlight, because I kind of wanted to see if I could make it a little bit more interesting and a little bit less like, here are the numbers. So let me know what you think, if it was any good, if it was worse than the other ones. There's not as much flashy editing transitions because the guy that usually helps me with that is actually gone off to university, so good luck to Ethan. Good luck, man, take care. Thank you for helping me out on the channel for as long as you have, and if you want to wish your good lucks to Ethan as well in the comment section, I really appreciate that as well. As well as that, some of the footage in this video was from my Beast Mode Nunu video, and I know it's a really old video, you might have seen it before, but if you haven't, I put a lot of love into that and the rest of the Beast Mode series. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link a playlist at the top right of the screen with the little eye, or in the description as well. I love my Beast Mode series so much, but I don't do it because they just tend not to get any views. But I guarantee if you're into like dumb, retarded humor, you might really enjoy it. I know I'm kind of shilling myself out right now quite hard, but yeah, thank you guys for all the support. Views have been up quite a lot recently, and I feel a lot more positive about everything. I might have some sponsorship work in the pipelines, but I'm gonna really not make it as invasive as possible. I'm pretty sure you guys know the adpocalypse thing kind of took a hit on a lot of people. I didn't do any sponsored work through that entire period of time, and it hasn't really done me any favors. So there's a couple of things that are coming up that I will let you know far in advance that I'm doing, and I'm going to try and make it as good as possible, and it won't be too invasive as well. But just want to let you guys know. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to drop a like and comment down below who you want for the next one. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Have a good one.